What's going on, everybody? I have been wanting to do this one for a while. Now, I want to talk to you guys about, my music, my projects that I have done. And I have a list here with me as well. From what it looks like, it says 49, but really I want to say we're somewhere in the early 50s of the number range. My projects that I've done. And it is 6:45 in the morning. The date is the 16th, November 15th, all day long till midnight. So, first thing I want to talk about what I've done. I always loved music. I always been into music. That's something that would never ever change. I always have something going on with music, no matter what it is. I always got something going on. Even if I'm down from equipment or not down from equipment, I always got something going on with music. I think what's more important to me with music is that I do it. I may not be able to get onto shows as much. For one, shows, that cost money, money that I just don't have. It's hard for me right now to get on for sale. Some people, no, but it's easy. Well, it's easy if you have money financially to back it up. I've been doing shows for features, for openings, but nothing really by myself way I want to. And, people are like, well, why don't you go back to Creekwater White? He's doing shows. Well, he's doing the shows for free because he ain't got the money to pay for it and to back it up. That's why he's doing it. He's just opening up for folks. But I refuse to go back for somebody who's a rip-off artist and that's doing shit for free. Because one, I ain't trying to be down with that business with him no more. As you guys already know how I feel about that from the two videos I did, from me leaving his label and from ChEDDErTarY Speaks video. So, enough about that. Let's get on to my first project I done. First project I done was back in 98, K-Town 98, on cassette. Right there. 8, maybe 7 years old at the time. Cassette. So, not really too much. I just wanted to try to do something, a little fun, whatever. The second thing that I've done, it was after high school, still mid 2010. And it was called the Jazz, and which is right here, 2-disc set. Because first, before I wanted to become an actual rapper, I wanted to be, a DJ, and I really loved the art of DJing, myself personally, and it was actually a really, really great thing to get into. So I done that though. That did it quite some right there. Of course, as you guys know, I don't know if you guys want to count. If anybody knows when I tried to get out, my quality wasn't the best, but I released what I did on CD for freestyles to my friends, my inner circle, and some of that got out to the outer circle. That my ghetto plaque that I've done and made for those, because without those freestyles I probably wouldn't have gone as far as I did in the music game. 2011 I did the Seatown's Keeper Part 1, which is a DJ one. I made each cover by hand. I got what I could from other artists. I downloaded what I could. I even downloaded some throughout a mic because I was starting out. I didn't know really all what to do. But I will say this, Part 1, little did I know Part 1 was going to end up being part of one of the biggest mixtape series of my career in these 5 years. Little did I know the Seatown's Keeper series was going to be big. And no, I did that when I was in college, man. I dropped some up there, some down here. The next one I've did is in year 2012. I would actually call it my first actual solo project, not as a DJ but as an artist, when I went by Cheddar. Seatown's Keeper 2, Blue Smurf Swag, Volume 2. I did each cover by hand, and If it, like I said, this was all burnt on a file, and I did what I could on there. The best of my abilities, live recordings possible. Um, then and also in 2002. Let's see, no, 2012. My bad. Okay, I don't know why that one's on there twice. So number six, Seatown's Keeper 3, which is in 2013. It was in mid 2013. And I did DJ Jazzy, Seatown's Keeper 3. And for those, back up everything. Let me go back to Coco's bitch bullshit ass. This is the real track listing. I got everyone's permission to do this. I came up, they listened to it. They didn't say nothing negative about it. So here's the real track listing. The other track listing that you guys are seeing was all Coco's bullshit, bitch ass editing work that you guys can do off phones nowadays due to apps. Like I said, that situation's been taken care of and solved. I just want to clear that up. So, another one in 2012. Okay, well. Okay, that was 2012. I don't know why I put that as 2013. 2012 for number 7. I did the. I'm not going to say named after somebody. I'm really not going to say the name. It was dropped online only. Also followed up by that was the mixtape Guru in 2012 by ChEDDER. So there was at least about a good 3 total two solo projects by me as ChEDDER. Love versus the Streets in 2003, a ChEDDER one. Love versus the Streets. Well, actually, let me go back to number 8. I felt like I wanted to set a goal for myself. I wanted to be the person to put out the most projects in anybody in a year's time, depending on what you want to look at it as. That's where the Guru part came in. Love versus the Streets. I was fighting with love and I was fighting with the streets. I didn't know what I wanted. So both sides had to be an even balance of something to where it became a decent project. Then you have the Victory promo, which I did in 2003, right here, which was an excellent one. I only dropped so many copies because I was skeptical. I'm like, nah. But little did I know that it was going to be a big one. It was going to be good, but I learned to appreciate it for what it was. Inspiration behind that, after doing time, after getting on probation, after paying a lot of money, after going on to do my own thing, it was victory time. And I'm thinking, okay, let's do this. Let's drop it. Then 93110 a key, 2003. So now we're getting more into the ChEDDER ones, 93110 a key. I wanted to be the dopest damn thing ever I could do. And I felt like I did that. Now, let me see what I got here. Open up this one. The first rough draft demo thing that I have done, the ones that ain't on here that need to be mentioned. This is all from, I think this one's from 2012. I could be wrong, either 2013 or 2012. The ChEDDER, I wanted to test my capability skills as an artist, so this had to be one of the most freestyled ones right here that I have done in a while. So that one was its thing, and then I know I did Ghetto Diamond by DJ Jazzy. I wanted to tell a story with it. I'm pretty sure that was either 2012 as well. Really great one. So those ones were most in my inner circle. Then we as we're in 2013, I did ChEDDErTarY. I felt like an artist. I was growing at that time, and I wanted to see, what is ChEDDErTarY? Who is ChEDDErTarY? How is this person evolving? And what is this person like? What is going to be his future in music? And I just didn't know. I was finding, the rough draft for it. I was still finding myself in that. you know. So throughout the time, I was still going by Cheddar before ChEDDErTarY. So then after that, I released another mixtape called Immortal, and still, this one was one of my great ones. Immortal, really weird times at times, man. With that, some things felt off, some things were coming and going. What was the inspiration for me behind that? I just felt like I just was the most unbeatable person because I mean I I fucked up MG's career. And plus, at the same time, I was big on I was getting more, searching for other religions as well. So that's what Immortals, the journey for that. Then we have CK Project, the CK album mixtape. I can't remember which one. Stands for Street King. So, I mean, running the streets for Colombia, I was in control of Colombia during a certain amount of time, before I quit. I wanted to switch my street light over to music because at the same time, not only was within the streets with the street part, but I was in the streets part with the music part. So I was, literally the street king. Followed up by, I did so many songs for it that I had to do a second part of the disc for it. So that was a really great, interesting project. You want out, Chico? No? Yeah? I'll be right back, guys. I can't put this on pause. Sorry. No? Yeah, you're just gonna be a brat boy? Okay. I'm going to be a little brat boy. And then we did Kiss from a Hero, which is also in 2013. Kiss from a Hero. Wow. I don't know where to go with it. Kiss from a Hero was inspired by somebody. Looked out for me, tried to take me in. Did what they could. And I felt like what they did was a kiss from them that ended up saving me in sorts of ways that stopped running the street. So Kiss from a Hero was a dedicated project to an individual, and I wanted to mold it to the best of my abilities. The Michonne Project. What inspired me to do the Michonne mixtape, which is a character name off The Walking Dead, was from season 3. And I completed this project in the first half of that season. So I just like boom, 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 boom. Which I felt like was another really great project. Then the Victory album itself, to me, I decided like, what's going to be the more better one? Is it going to be the promo or the actual album? I felt like the promo did better than the album. At the same time, I felt like the album did better than the promo because I felt it was still more victory. I was gaining so much money at that time because to me, I learned now victory doesn't come through money. You have to come within your own way. It comes in different parts. And then I did another little mixtape for self. A couple of people I know called Family right there. So me and 2 other folks. It was only for us. I think I did release it, but it was underneath a different cover and a different title. It did okay. Eclipsed. So still in 2013. Eclipsed. There is a playwright and a play for it called Eclipse. It's about 3 Liberian women that actually ended the war in Liberia. And I looked up the story, I listened to the interview. And it's not about the people on top of the grass. It's about the people underneath the dirt of that grass that stopped the war, about 3 Liberian women. And he looked through their struggles, and I wanted to tell, and the story reminded me of an early Colombia in the 90s to me. It reminded me of a certain time here to where, look, man, we're trying to end our own war. We're trying to figure out, what could be safer, and how can you be part of the solution rather than part of the problem. I was always part of the problem, never part of the solution till now. At the same time, I felt like I could relate to most of that stuff in there, so I wanted to tell my story. But Eclipse never got any plays. It was just a misunderstood project. It was looked over. I will plan to release it again because I really want to give this another shot. I really want people to listen to the Eclipse mixtape, man. It's a very important project that people need to listen to. Also in 2003, after Eclipse, I did Swagger Right. Swagger Right was a fundamental, very fundamental mixtape that I felt like the people enjoyed. It was a good party one. And this is where I started coming into ChEDDErTarY. Figuring, okay, ChEDDErTarY wants to crack his shell. ChEDDErTarY wants to get heard. And it's time to start involving into that individual. So that's what I did. I wanted to start involving with that. And then I did Seatown's Keeper 4, Jazzy hits. So that was kind of like the rough draft one. Because there were so many, even from other people that I worked with, I wanted to get their songs more so played. So there was disc 1, and then we got disc 2 on top of that. So that was a very, very fun project that really did what it needed to do. Then we got, I think, ones were just straight raw, straight flow, man. Which I ended up releasing on hand copies. Well, it should have dropped 2003, but ended up dropping late 2004. No, yeah, 4. Which was the King of MCs. Really loved it, man. Great one. I don't know, there's the disc, there's a signed piece of paper. I even got track listings for that to show that this is real compared to Coco's little fake editing one. So there's that. So, yeah. Online, it did excellent. Hand copies wise, it should have been dropped, but then it was dropped eventually. You know, really great one. And that was my 22nd project. So, yeah. King of MCs 2, 2003. Yeah. I did so much work. The full project itself, I forget, I think like 20, maybe 19, like 19 on that. I think 20 on part 2. And part 2 was, skipped over a little bit, I guess. Not really one of the importance. Then I did several rough draft demos, actually. Until I felt like I got was right. ChEDDErTarY. GTA mixtape. Right there. This is take level test 2. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Then I did ChEDDErTarY 2, which 2013 as well, and University. Wow, University was a crazy one for me. Like, I did this project because I never completed college due to my own stupidity. And it just wasn't for me. But I felt like, you know what, if I can't get a proper education in college, let me get an education in college with notebook paper university. At least show people like, hey man, I also got the knowledge of different stuff too that people may not want to hear about. So that was the inspiration behind that. Notebook paper university, a very great one at that. I love that one. So with that in my mind, with that one, I ended up completing. In some sense. Then the Rage. Rage was just a project that we put together with different songs because I kind of ran out of ideas. So Rage, when I released that on SoundCloud, #1 for like a couple of months, went boom, hit people like a ton of bricks, boy. Woo! Got a plaque for that. Also in 2003, after that, let me remind you guys, I'm in Cheddar. Like, this is all underneath ChEDDErTarY now. The Godfather. I decided to put a group list of songs that were forgotten about. It did okay. And then No Sleep Till Columbia, because that was one I was working on for a while. And I got inspired by Paul Wall's mixtape, No Sleep Till Houston. I was like, No Sleep Till Columbia. Because I was in competition with myself. Because I thought, okay, Rage did so good. Let me see if I can beat that with The Godfather. Couldn't beat that one. No Sleep Till Columbia. Could not beat that one. Don't Sleep Till Columbia was almost close, not quite. And then Grand Theft Auto Columbia. Didn't even come close to Rage or even come close to No Sleep Till Columbia, but it was still good. And then I took a break, went on vacation. I knew answers to things. I just wanted to know why with certain stuff and wanted something so different to reach into more of my culture side of me, what I mixed with, more different religions at that time, just finding it, figuring out way more of life. And that Reborn album, 20 songs, 21 songs at that. Very great one. Really appreciated. I look at this like eclipsed in a way, but it told a different part of me which Eclipse couldn't touch yet. So Reborn was a great one. Shitload of plays in New York, man. Then I did the Gold mixtape, which was still a competition to try to beat Rage. So yeah. There was a lot of competition with my own damn self because I'm like, man, I gotta top something. So we get into late 2003 now. Bada bing, bada boom. I present Romantic Kill. A very, very great mixtape, man. This was the one that actually put the final nail. To put it first, second. The second nail with the second L to MG. This mixtape. I don't put it like that. That's what this one was, because we were beefing at that time. I was like, you know what, fuck this dude. I'm ending his ass. Yeah. Very also great project. Then we have Jazzy the album. 3 parts. Wow. And this, now we're in 2014. But I've worked on this one since 2013. And I just had so much to say with this. I decided to burn whatever the first ones were on disc, and that was it. The first 2 ones did good. The third one kind of fell off because it was like, it got played out. And then Underground Part 1 by DJ Jazzy, 2014. Underground Part 2 by DJ Jazzy, 2014. Seatown's Keeper 5, which was also known as The Last Key. Yet again, around this time, still a really dope one, man. This is when BNMG came back together with that, which then he went by White Fox or some shit like that, who was also now known as Creekwater White, if all didn't know. So I just wanted to add more to the Seatown Keeper series than Kang Project. Not a mixtape, not an EP, not an album, a project. That's what that was. So, to go on from there, we got the Greatest Hits album. We got GUS album. No, GUS mixtape. I know it says GUS, but GOS stands for Ghetto United States. I wanted to tell part of another United States that people don't like to see. Yeah, that's what that one was about. Plus, there was a lot of stuff on the news. So I'm like, God, man, people are stupid and overblind. So, really. Then we have the ChEDDErTarY White Fox album that was never released. Oosh. It was right here. Yeah, shutting it upside down. Boom. Followed up by that Love C remixes. I did this for my own pleasure, and the thing is, it was never what I was doing. I was redoing songs that I liked, right? Like Ticked Up by my version, followed up by the original versions of the songs, were remixes of good classic rap songs I grew up listening to. And even a little bit of newer ones in between. It was never supposed to be a project. It was never supposed to be released on CD and ended up becoming a project. And it did pretty good. Oh, yeah. Then K-Pound 98, which was my own personal thing to myself. I did drop it on SoundCloud, but I wanted it to be selfish. It was like I just wanted it for me. Yeah, selfish reasons. I know. Yeah. Then the '90s mixtape, what I did, dedicated to the '90s, my era, the dopest. I should have released it on hand copies, man. I didn't do it. I would, but I didn't do it. I was like, nah. SoundCloud, internet exclusive. Love the '90s, man. I was going through my second life crisis. I wanted the '90s back, and then I decided to drop an anniversary mixtape, part two of the Jazz 2. I had better DJ equipment than an app for stuff. Did it? You all heard it. Mm. It was almost close. It was almost look. I understand part one, the original what I did was a classic. I wanted part two to be a classic, and part two became a classic. I'm not gonna outdo. I may do another one called the Jazz 3. I don't know. Oh yeah, and here's the bootleg rap. Here's the bootleg version of Love Seas. Yeah, I have no idea how the hell that even happened. Before I even dropped it, it was a bootleg version. Managed to get my hands on that though. Then Can't Stop Me EP. I wanted to set stuff straight. What was going on? Anybody knows? Look, man, set the record straight. When me and White Fox, or AKA Creekwater White, when it was me and him, we had to put up with Coco shit and her friends. So I decided, I'm gonna shut them up, and I'm gonna drop You Can't Stop Me EP, and it shut them up. People now know. People didn't talk about it since then. That was that one's for. Great EP, by the way. And then I wanted to do something close to me, which I felt would need to be dropped on another name, which to street person Jazzy, who was me, from my alter ego. Like, when it comes to the street stuff, when it comes to beefing or fighting, he comes out, man. That's the guy that's been there since day one. That's like, you know what, man, you got something you want to take up, cuz we can get to it, bro. He don't care who you are. He'll do something to you. This guy, reputation. But you know what? Over by the past times over the years, I felt like it was time for me to put him to rest. I felt, he may not be a rapper, he may not be an MC, he may not be a singer, a pop or rock artist, but he wanted to tell his story. He wanted to tell an emotional side of the story that reached out for more. So Stand By Me by Jazzy, 2014. He finally got to tell his story. It was my 5th album as well, and really great one. Followed up by that, The Playlist Night, also by him, which is me. Once then you have part 2 with that, which was, Joker was here. And that was, I think, 49 right there for actual project. The reason, why Playlist Night and why Joker's here, simple, man. Batman phrases. I love Batman. I can't help that. And then I decided at least 4 years of Cheddar and MG before the breakup. Then single We Too Broke to Have Dreams. What's the remake? I love the original though, man. I still love the original. Great hit. Then I had 2 projects I lost. I don't think I'll redo them though. But I needed to do them because I wanted to do them. This is Project 50. Sexuality. Half of the songs are on here. But I'm not going to release them though. And then Symbol, which was 51. And again, half the songs on here because I had burner problems with my laptop. And I lost a whole full projects, which made me mad. So, Then 50, I think this is 50 what? One now? Maybe 52. Yeah, 52, which was my 6th album, which dropped a couple months ago now, I think. Born Gangster. Born Gangsta. Which then I have the rough draft one in my room, which was originally supposed to be called Seed Town's Keeper 6, Still the Keeper, which I may do down the line. And then, as you guys know, this one just dropped not long ago. Grand Theft Auto 6, Colombia. Then this one was allegedly supposed to drop or give me an idea of what I wanted to go. This mixtape Messiah Jr. Why have I not dropped it? I'm gonna tell you why. Wrap this up. Because of Creekwater White's bullshit. Yeah. His laziness of all damn things. His damn laziness. I was losing my voice and my throat started hurting. I ended up doing 9 songs. Let's record them. Alright. He didn't bother to mix them. Like his program for what I use are 2 different programs. Both of them are not the same. I only know the work the one I use. Yes, this comes into play. You may see all the pictures and shit, but guess what? The low percentage of that equipment's his, and a lot of that percentage is my equipment, which I gave up to him to help his ass out to build his studio. And he never bothered to mix those projects. Yeah, that last one I showed you all is all unfinished, unmixed projects that I trusted him with, and a lot of it was taken away. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna play some of it for you guys. To see what you guys. I'm gonna let you guys hear it. You could tell a lot of it was taken away. He did that on purpose to be a fucking asshole. That's another reason why I left him. Yeah, trust me. Wait till this thing pops up. Okay, let's see. Set it. No. Where is it? Okay. Yeah. Here's this one. Pops up. I'm like. You to me, what you don't really want this. I'm just gonna play 4 of them just to let you guys get an understanding. As you guys could hear if you listen closely, you could tell a lot of it's missing. A lot of the lyrics, a lot of the finished product, a lot of it unmixed. A lot of stuff taken out because he went behind my back. That's why I'm not gonna go back and redo the songs except for I got the hookup, but only 1 out of 9 was actually mixed. Yeah. I am going to go back and redo that project one day. But all new songs except for 1. So, yeah. He goes behind his people shit and does that. Now you guys know the truth with that one as well. But this was a walkthrough of a lot of my music, man. Around probably 55. Not including the Forgotten, so we're around 56 plus the EP. So what's the space EP? So 57. Not to mention the other 2 projects that I have on a hard drive stashed once I wait till I get a hard drive card to get them off, which is Space, the mixtape, and Back to the Funk, the album. So we're looking at least 59 projects total. That's a lot of projects in such that short amount of time frame in my career since 2010, now 2015. That's 5 years, going on 6 years, man. That's a lot of projects. That I'm a worker. I work. You'll never see no one with that kind of motivation like me, man. Except for Prince and Michael. But hey, this is what I do. I love doing this. These ones hold a lot of dear to me because they tell stories that went on certain individual times that I can't begin to imagine, what would happen if. I mean, these tell, my stories, man. These tell where I've been at and everything with my life. So I'll hold these projects very dear to my heart. So, yeah. And no one's going to take that away from me. And I'm out.